so much. All right. Okay, thank you. All right, so I am honored to be with you here today. I'd like to have a little bit of fun and spend our time taking you through 5 key takeaways of my journey thus far. So let's start with number 1, shall we? Life's a little bit nature, and sometimes it's nurture, which, as you can see, Francis Galton there, who it was his theory, nature versus nurture, is a little bit depressed about the nurture piece, I think. When I look back on my life, I see a pattern where I didn't do things quite like everyone else. Maybe took the path less trodden, you could say, or maybe the path one takes when they trip and fall in a ditch and kind of roll. But anyway, I just think maybe I was made that way. So starting right out of the gate, I was a frank breech. Now, for my non-nursing students, here is actually a baby born cheeks first, the other cheeks. So from there, I went on to a mohawk-wearing baby. As you can see, with the formality of the situation, the mohawk can be worn up or down, just depending. It started my memorable path of hairdos. From there, I went to a 2-year-old who, on her first pool day, ran past the mom, past the kiddie pool, and strategically ran to the deepest end of the pool and jumped in. So from there, it's just proof that right out of the gate, I was bucking the basic laws of nature, physics, and creating my own training plan. But like most great stories, the plot must twist for the cute main character, and mine was at the ripe age of 4. At a sitter's house one day, I was attacked by a dog, which left me with major facial scars and changed my very confident approach to life. For months after, I was scared of everything, every animal. My mother had to carry me everywhere. I wouldn't touch the ground. As you can see, thankful for my mother's back, I'm actually walking today, so all good things. Throughout the years, I went through several reconstructive surgeries, and, well, I stood out from the crowd, as if my questionable hair choices weren't enough. Kids were mean, as kids always are, so I tried my best to hide my scars and hide my feelings. We even had one very memorable but not so successful encounter at the Dillard's makeup counter. As an 8-year-old with scars and freckles, it just doesn't look like it does in the magazines. So since that didn't work, nature had to take over, and I developed skills to help deflect their meanness. I used quick humor and a plethora of knock-knock jokes, because when you're throwing a vast array of comedic maneuvers, they're laughing too hard to be mean to you, right? All right, so number 2. Sometimes we make choices that are really, really stupid. And I need to clarify, this is actually not my back. Just in case you were questioning that, but I think, you know, sometimes we actually brand ourselves or feel like our bad decisions are branding us, right? So, okay, fast forward to junior high. Life isn't easy for the homecoming queen, much less for a poor Southern girl with self-esteem issues the size of her puffy creme due, as you can see there. When you top that off with a family relocation, a parent's bitter divorce, I did everything that I could do to stay out of the house and not deal with it. And I found a lot of other kids that were doing much of the same. Well, that, of course, never ends well. I met a man who was nice on the eyes, showed me a little bit of affection, and there I was, married at 16 and pregnant at 17. And you would have thought someone would have been yelling at me, right? You know, like we yell at the scary movie when the cute girl walks up to the cabin and you're like, no, don't open the door. But no. If someone knew that outcome, they sure weren't sharing it with me, and obviously I had not seen the end of that movie yet. Okay, and even through these decisions, school was important to me, oddly enough, and so I kept up with my classes. I had my son Adrian my senior year of school, and he even graduated with a 3.5 and more bad hair. And I'm sure none of you have experience with this, but sometimes when you make major life decisions in your teenage years, it doesn't really come out to be the best ones. So either I chose the wrong spouse, or his interpretation of love thy neighbor was a little too literal for me. Anyway, when given the choice, he chose the party life versus the family man, and that was the last I saw of him. Okay, so from then, you've got to learn from your mistakes. You've got to find a horse, and you've got to ride far away, even if you look absolutely ridiculous trying to figure out how to do that. All right, 18, divorced, with a baby. I could have just marinated in my mistakes. I could have just took what was given to me, and I could have just hung my head in defeat. But I decided to change my situation, if not for myself, for my son. Mom worked for Walmart, so I applied and became a cashier within the store. My parents didn't go to college. I had really no clue how to get started, but I knew that if I wanted to do something and better myself, I had to figure out how to do that. I can't remember how I heard about them, but when I came into the single-parent family, like many of the stories you've heard, I was met with open arms and lots of help, which you can see I also needed for my hair as well. Marjorie was there to help me. But anyway, now, was life all sunshine and rainbows and easy living from then on out? No, I mean, I had to work hard. I had early mornings, late nights, working lunches, working snacks. I mean, I was working in my dreams, or that's what it felt like anyway. But why? Well, it's because there were people that I did not know that were invested in my education. I had to do my best for them. You see, I was taught the golden rule, which included treating people's time and money as if it were my own. I did everything I could to grow myself further. I took every opportunity, every class to build my skills, build my strengths, all while learning how to raise a boy, which is difficult enough, and date in Northwest Arkansas. Whew. Okay, all right. So number 3, it takes a village to raise a Felicia. There were countless, as you can see, patient people that drilled in some of the much-needed lessons in school, and parenting, and being a good Walmart associate, and being a good person in general. Single Parent hosted social celebrations where I exchanged ideas with a lot of the people in here that were in the same boat as I were in. Through some of the partnerships, financially, I received guidance on proper saving, proper budgeting, got some much needed cookware, and learned about the USDA housing option, which actually helped me purchase my first home. They hosted training classes, one held by Cameron Smith and Associates. I don't know if they're here with us today, but I used that knowledge to write my resumes today. Because of my new friends, because of my support team, because of my Walmart associates, and through you, my village, I learned skills to help advance my career, and I've had promotions almost 10 times in my total 16 years with Walmart. You were part of my village because you helped make Single Parent the great organization it is today. Okay, number 4. Now, I need to be the best village person, which obviously is the biker, because when you have a stash like that, you're all in. You're not messing around, right? Okay, all kidding aside. It was a partnership. Single Parent helped me, and I had to play my role to be the best student. Because of your support of my work, I graduated with Associates in Criminal Justice, magna cum laude, and then went on to get my bachelor's in organizational management with a 3.9 GPA. Thank you. All right, thank you. But even better than that, I'm using that knowledge and those skills in all areas of my life. Because of your support, I now devote time to mentor mentees of my own. I volunteer, I serve on the Single Parent Alumni Council. And to our esteemed donors, today I model your behavior by giving back financially and paying forward what you once gave to me, and hopefully more, which, by the way, here's my $500 check for one scholarship for one student. I hope you all are reaching into your budgets and reaching into your hearts as deeply as I am in mine. And then in regards to the students, today I use my stage time to tell you that life happens, and sometimes in an absolutely crazy way. But when it does, there's a village of people in Northwest Arkansas, this is a sampling, who are committed to help you be the best person that you want to be if you'll just work for it. All right, number 5, finally. We need a village, which I don't know if Mr. McCaslin's here or not, but I think it's funny how downtown Bentonville's looking like a Where's Waldo picture. I don't know if anyone's noticed that, but anyway, coincidence? I think not, but we'll move forward. Okay, so maybe you've heard of him, but there was this very smart businessman, Sam Walton, who said he surrounded himself with people smarter than he was. He did it for himself, but to make his business and his people amazing. Now, before you break out the lawyers, I will confess, I did this, and I'm still doing it today. I'm hoping that through their help, that will make me be a better person, and I can then make the community better. Today, I'm a manager of stakeholder engagement with the Walmart Foundation, but I still ask for help in learning how to be a better communicator and a better storyteller. I have a wonderful, supportive, incredibly handsome husband. I have 3 teenagers, a nice home, and I've got money in the bank. But I still need help knowing how to make my marriage strong and keep it strong during the hard times. I need help knowing how to take care of that beautiful home. I also need help knowing how to grow my savings. Even though I'm feeding 3 teenagers, which, by the way, if it wasn't for Walmart, I'd have to take a second mortgage out just to pay for the one in the middle to feed him. 14 pieces of chicken at Matinee Chicken. I'm just telling you, buffet. If you own a buffet, thank you. Thank you. Okay. My husband and I started Type 3 Web Design, helping very small businesses reach today's customers. We need mentors to help us make our business strong so that we can make those small businesses even stronger. But just like me, there are students with this scholarship fund that need you to be their village. Okay, so maybe not so much help with their hair, but still. It takes donors like you to help the Kellys and Lauras and Bryans of this group to eventually be amazing givers that we need here in Northwest Arkansas. Just a little time, a little money, a little mentoring can take people like me to the next level. Thank you for being part of my village. Thank you for what you're doing and continue to do for myself and for the Single Parent Scholarship Fund of Benton County. Thank you.